Hi, it's John. I wanted to share a really magical experience quickly with you. Today's meditation and song was all about creating capacity. And just a few months ago, the fantastic business coach, Jenna Holloway, shared this amazing wisdom, which was, if you want to attract in more clients or customers into your life, but it's true for really anything you want to attract into your life, then create capacity for it, for them. And that I found when I first heard it, I was like, it didn't make sense to me. Like my logical mind was like, how would that work? And then as I reflected on it, in that moment, I was thinking, well, imagine, walking past a restaurant window and it looks like an amazing restaurant. You really want to go in there and eat, and the food has great, reputation, and you heard all about it on social media and your friends are raving about it, and you're walking up to it and it just looks jam-packed. There's so many people in there, and the waiting staff are all like running around, and you think, I wonder if they have a space for me. I wonder if they have a table. Or actually, even if I went in, I might be waiting quite a long time. So I'll just come back another time when it's less busy. And there's loads of different analogies that you could take. And so practically speaking, what I did, the first big thing is, and this is a whole series of other videos, is I left my corporate job and I was just working part-time there 3 days a week for about 35 hours per week, which is still quite a lot of hours for 3 days, right? But I was working there for 3 days a week. And so the rest of my week, my Mondays and my Fridays, were an opportunity to do some of my, at that time, what was a hobby, doing, quantum energy healing, clearing, past life regression, soul retrievals, teaching people all these different things, doing mindfulness meditation, and also more recently reflexology. And so that my calendar was busy, is what I'm trying to say. There was like a ton of stuff there, and so it's hard to get people booked in and have my life. And also love traveling and spending time with my family. So I left my corporate job, and that was last Tuesday. And it's quite funny. Like when I look at my immediate next reaction was, I kind of repeated this old pattern, which was I booked in everything into my calendar that I could think of, and it included time to go traveling, sometime last week, like an overnight last week, and then this week a couple of days away, and then the following week, maybe 2 or 3 days. I also have a reflexology. It's like a diploma, so it's got a lot of work to do. At that time it had 2 case studies, 2 10-hour case studies to complete, and to do the write-ups, which are papers to do, and then a paper on physiology, and then I've got a practical assessment. Plus, I'm volunteering at hospice 1 day a week. And it's like, suddenly, yeah, that can fill up your calendar pretty quick. And what happened was, I ended up, because my camper van isn't quite ready for traveling, I ended up deleting some of the entries. And so then my Thursdays and Fridays looked really clear. And in my, like, physically my calendar, and also my calendar, my Google Calendar is connected to my website, which uses the Wix platform. And because they're integrated, if I add something to my calendar, it'll make me unavailable to my clients and customers on my website. So the magical thing was, after like creating that capacity, I remember driving yesterday, and I was just thinking, I haven't had many bookings for a while. I bet that's because, although I've been running lots of training courses and doing other different services, I haven't had many online bookings. And I remember thinking, that's because the universe wants me to have capacity first and wants me to be ready. The universe knows, it's always watching, just like my subconscious, and knows that I'm going through this big change. So why like burden me with too much? A bit like that restaurant analogy. Maybe there's a lot of work going on in there. There's like a whole transformation. You wouldn't want to overload me. And that was really cool. So I remember just saying out loud, like in my head, I remember just saying to my higher self, to the universe, to my guides, I just said, I am ready. I'm ready to take on some more bookings, and yeah, that felt good. And I said I'd make space. Like I'll make space in my calendar, and I might even book free time so that will not turn up on my, not block out, prevent bookings, but it'll allow me to see in my calendar that there's time when I could be doing sessions there. And then when that time comes, I won't just fill it with like other random stuff and I just go, oh, that's my time to, do those things. Like I'd probably rest or go for a walk in nature or do like the kind of relaxing things that a bit like I would do if a session was cancelled at the last minute for whatever reason. I would just be kind of pleasantly and calmly waiting around and ready to receive. So creating that capacity to receive. Anywho, so what did I wake up to this morning? I woke up to 3 queries about services from 3 different customers, and 2 of them said to me, and I just love this, and it's not the first time this has happened, but they said that their guides or their angels, and they named their guide or angel that they've been talking to, had recommended me that they should come to me and ask for a very specific service. And it's not the first time this has happened, and it's really beautiful. Like you can't make it up, right? Like our higher selves, our guides, our angels, like whatever your beliefs are fantastic referrals or referrers of our services, and very much connected with the rest of the universe, right? So when you say these things to the this kind of frequency matching aspect of the universe, when you say these things out loud, like I have capacity to take on sessions for clients, you're allowing them to then do that work for you and bring these people in. And some people, are watching you for days, weeks, months, years, and just it's building up to the right time for them. Others, I've literally had clients say that they were intuitively instructed from their guides to type my name into Google. Like they were given my name. They'd never heard of John Binnie before, and so they just went into Google and they typed John Binnie. They found me and they contacted me and booked a series of sessions. And I thought that is just, it's just fabulous. What a fabulous referral. And I think it also just helps us, not like, don't give your power away to the algorithms, right? Like the algorithms, they're not perfect. They're not great. There's, thousands and millions of these machine learning and artificial intelligence models out there running, trying to do their best, following past behavior to try and predict what the next best behavior is to recommend your content. And we can do better than that, right? We can do better than just relying on these very generalized, approaches. And these algorithms are not great at many of the aspects of the work that we do. If you're watching this and you watched all the way 9 minutes in, you're probably quite interested in what I do. And you'll probably sometimes find it a bit quiet from the algorithms. Take your power back, like speak to the universe directly, take the middle man, the middle person, the middle AI out of the picture and really focus on your capacity, have a clear vision of what your perfect client is, and then attract that in with your capacity so that you can receive all the business or whatever it is that you want to cultivate in the abundance of your life. So I hope this finds you well. And please do check out Jenna Holloway on, I follow her mostly on Instagram, but she also has a fantastic Facebook group. Thank you for watching. Sending love from Scotland. Take care.